Hi, Jus4SweetZ here. I'm back to make you a my version of pulled pork, and this is actually just the prep for the pulled pork. And then after, because it takes about 8 to 10 hours to cook. I cook it in a crock pot, and it takes that long for it to get to where you can just pull it apart and put the barbecue sauce and everything with it. So today I got this pork shoulder at our local grocery store, and it was a manager special. It was on sale, so I got this huge pork shoulder for $11.65. So it's a lot. This will probably feed us quite a bit. So wow. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this all ready, get it in the crock pot, show you what I do, and then I'll make a video after it's done and show you how I shred it and put the sauce and how we serve it. So just get your pork butt or your pork shoulder, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to slice this open. I have my crock pot warming up, and I usually like to rinse mine, so I'm going to take it over here and rinse it real quick. Get that slime off of it. So I have it all rinsed. Let me wash my hands. Okay. And let me show you what I have here. So I have the pork. I have some sea salt. I have some black pepper. I have a big container of water. We might need more than that. I have some chicken stock and some fresh garlic and a bottle of liquid smoke, and I bought the natural hickory this time. So there's a couple different kinds, but the hickory is the one I chose today. So what you're going to want to do, let me make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Push this water back a little bit. I go and I put the sea salt all over it, and you want to salt it pretty good. You want to get a nice little crust of salt around it. So keep shaking. And I do one side at a time. So we've got some salt on there, quite a bit of salt. And you're going to take your pepper. And normally I would like a crushed pepper, but I don't have any right now, so I just have to use my fine pepper, but that's all right. Pepper's pepper, right? Just not the big chunks of it. All right, so we've got that all on there. So we've got our salt, and kind of press that in a little bit. Make sure you lift up those pockets. Okay, then we're gonna flip it over. And I got a napkin. You don't wanna spread raw meat everywhere, so make sure you have a napkin to wipe your hands off. So this is the fat side. We're gonna go ahead and sprinkle that with salt. Sprinkle it heavy like you did the other side. Okay. My mom calls this Kalua pork. Kaloha, maybe it's Kaloha pork, because it's like a Hawaiian pork. So I just call it my shredded pork, but it does have a name for it. So she's the one that actually gave me most of this recipe, and then I kind of doctor it up a little bit with what I want to do, but she always made this for us, and it was so tasty, and I loved it, so it's always a good thing to make. My family loves it. I usually barbecue about half of it. We make shredded pork barbecue sandwiches, and then I'll take the other half, and you can make pork tacos out of it, or pork enchiladas, pork burritos. Anything you want to do with that. All right, so I'm going to put the fat side, this side that we just did, the fat side down into my crock pot. Takes up almost the whole crock pot. Gotta wash your hands a lot. So I'm going to lift that up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing now. Okay, I'll bring this over here a little bit. You see that? Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to pour, I'm just trying to use up my chicken broth, and that helps give it a little bit of extra flavor. So I'm going to use the rest of the container of chicken broth here. And then you're going to want to use this whole bottle of your liquid smoke. And you know, this is fairly inexpensive. You can get it at all the grocery stores. Of course, depending on which grocery store you go to, depends on how much you pay for it. So I think I got it today at Kroger or Smith's. There's different names for the store, but I got it there. I think I paid $1.79 for it. I think you can get it at Walmart a little bit cheaper than that, but I didn't want to go and battle the crowds today. So I just made it easy on myself and went to Smith's. So no need to even have the shaker top on it, because we're going to pour this whole bottle of liquid smoke in here. Really give it a nice, yum, hickory smoke flavor. So what are we at right now? We're at like $12 for the pork. Round everything up, $2 for the liquid smoke, so that's $13. $1 for this, $14. So, you know, $14, $15 to make the pork, and then you buy your rolls for a couple dollars. A bottle of barbecue sauce, less than $20, and this will feed you, I don't even know how many meals. Now I'm just going to take some fresh garlic cloves, and I'm going to go ahead and just throw those in with the pork. This is a big piece of pork, so I'm going to use about 10 to 12 of these. Just let them be in there with it. Then you're going to want to take your water that you have set aside here. It smells like a barbecue factory in here just because of the hickory. Okay, and you're going to want to try to cover that as much as possible, but you don't want it to overflow, so we'll cover it as much as we can. So I'm going to put this on low heat, which is 10 hours on mine. We're going to let this go all night, and then tomorrow when I shred it, I'll do a video shredding the pork and, you know, how you can prepare it different ways. But, you know, this just makes a really fast, I mean, that didn't take any time at all. It's it feeds a lot of people, low price, low cost. It's quick. You can put it in the crock pot and finish it when you get home. You can put it in the crock pot and finish it the next morning. I mean, you can do a lot with this and have a perfect yummy meal. Go and get a bag of broccoli slaw and make some broccoli slaw to go with it. Or get corn on the cob and you've got it good. So anyway, I'm going to put the lid on. Don't mind my crock pot. It's been used so much I broke the lid off. So it's quite funny watching me play with this thing. Anyway, so we're going to let this crock pot go for 10 hours, and I'll see you when I make the next video on how we shred it. And I hope you have a great day. God bless.